What strikes me about this generation is the most conservative generation that we have seen in well over 50 years, and the numbers show it.
The worst part, though, Charlie, no BS, true story. Literally last night, trying to put my son to bed, he's like, no, Dad, what time? What time's Charlie going to be here? What time? And I'm like, dude, you're in school tomorrow. He's 13. He's like, no. This morning, wakes up at 6 something. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, he literally would not leave the house.
Did you let him take off school?
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is
you canceled school for like 2 years. One day.
The point is the point, which is you are making a damn dent.
Dropped out of college, and your highest
Community college.
your Harper College experience. I apologize.
Barely was smart enough to make it through community college.
Okay, what are your qualifications for arguing that college is a scam, or really having any economical knowledge at all, when likely the vast majority of the students here know more than you about economics as a whole?
Who's Milton Friedman?
Who's Milton Friedman? I have no idea, and it's not important to this conversation.
Who is Ludwig von Mises?
These are all problems.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
I cannot appreciate you enough for using your valuable time to always go on social media, break down things for people.
Charlie Kirk, very, very, very sad news over what happened to him. And we continue to send condolences to his family and everyone that was affected. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is not going to be a regurgitation or a repetition of what has already been said. This is going to be some sort of expounding more on what we learned from Charlie Kirk and his movement. I usually tell you that everything I see, news or political events or anything, I usually look at it through one specific lens, which is Uganda. As you might all know, that indeed, or probably breaking news, I was born and raised in Uganda. Yeah, so if anything, everything that actually happens, I usually refer back to a place I call home. So this week, the political world was rocked by the shocking assassination of Charlie Kirk, a 31-year-old conservative firebrand. He was gunned down while fearlessly debating students, get this, at a university in the state of Utah. He was debating students, and that's where the gist of this conversation is. Now, you can go on and hate or love, loathe, or really like Charlie Kirk, but one thing is for sure. He was no ordinary political operative. Through his Turning Point USA, he ignited a political movement that turned American college campuses into battlegrounds of ideology. Now, that's no ordinary. Actually, so many people think that his movement should be credited for swinging thousands, if not tens of thousands, or even millions of young voters towards Donald John Trump in the last election. It's not an ordinary thing, especially in a deeply divided country. It's not easy to sway a constituency to a political candidate, but he did. So, as the news of the assassination of Charlie Kirk sank in, my mind immediately turned thousands of miles away to a place I call home, Uganda. And where were my thoughts? To Bobi Wine. I thought about the people power as a political movement. And most importantly, I thought of the stakes we face in our struggle against the dictatorship of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. As you might know, and of course, we all know why, for years we have centered our fight on ousting General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a man who has ruled Uganda with an iron grip for nearly 4 decades. But here's what one might call the uncomfortable truth. Removing Yoweri Kaguta Museveni alone is not enough. The rot in our system runs deeper, that no man, not even one man, can actually fix it. So if we do not prepare for what comes next, we risk replacing tyranny with another empty face, another broken promise, just like Museveni. We all know, Museveni is going to get out of power. There's no doubt. Look, there's not even a tiny tingle of doubt within me whether Museveni is going to leave power or not. Natural law. But what we do next? Look, when Museveni came to power, he said, this wasn't a mere change of guards. In his inaugural speech, he said, oh, you know what? This is not just a mere change of guards. It is a fundamental change, he promised, only to be a very fake fundamental change. So we should have a conversation about change of power and what do we do next. But before we get there, we must take the fight grassroots. It must be generational and it must be intellectual. I'm sorry. That's the strategy. That's the only way out. The fight should be grassroots. It should go generational and it should go intellectual. And that's what Charlie Kirk did. We need someone within the people power movement or Bobi Wine or someone who will avail themselves bold, unafraid, and strategic, just like Charlie Kirk, to start organizing aggressively on university campuses, just like he did. He traveled across the USA, speaking to university students. There's one thing you should know about universities. These are not just mere schools, just school. No. These are ideological factories of a country, any country. It is at those universities that the next generation of leaders are built. Revolutionaries and policy architects are born. If we fail to reach them, I can guarantee you we shall fail to reach the future. So we've got to find ways of how to organize strategically, just like Charlie Kirk. And you might hear all what I'm saying and you're like, Mordecai, that's a very difficult thing to do. I'll tell you that there's something that is on our side. Thankfully, the momentum is already on our side. NUP and People Power Movement have dominated almost all guild president leaderships across the country. So, People Power already has a sway on these universities. Now, you might argue, oh, Mordecai, on some universities, they don't allow, to have these conversations. You cannot organize there. You don't have to go to the university. You can actually organize on different places like Sharing Hall in Zambia and other venues where we might choose. Now, with People Power having that huge sway on these college campuses, this is a clear signal that the youth are hungry for change, like we have seen. While I'm telling you this, I think I need to show you this. This is shortly after I'll read you this caption here. I need to show you here. It says, thousands of students join Andama Emmanuel, NUP flag bearer for, I'll show you. This is shortly after one of the students was expelled. And that was Benjamin Akiso, or Akiso Benjamin, was expelled from the university. And these are students now backing the one who replaced Akiso. And I think I saw Akiso's face in this group. He's right there. He's right here. This is the guy right here. Right here, Akiso. But now he's endorsed Andama. This is Chambogo University. There's even a baby here. Now, that's what happens usually when you put all your focus on fighting a person instead of an idea. They expelled Akiso only for Andama to be as firebrand as Akiso. The focus, they usually put it on one individual, just like the mistake when it came to the USA fighting what they named the fight against terror, the war on terror. You have to go after an idea, not people. But that would be a conversation of another day. So you have the students back and you have them as a constituents that identify with you, Bobi Wine and the political power movement or National Unity Platform as a political party. And they've been winning elections over and over and over again on different college campuses. But winning college elections is just the beginning. That's the mistake we usually do. We think, oh, because we have someone at Makerere University or Chambogo or Kampala International University or anywhere, oh, we've got it. No, it is just the beginning. So now is the time to double down, to turn this huge influence into an ideology, this popularity into a purpose. Where do we do this? At college campuses. We should have some sort of a Charlie Kirk who can debate all these people in an umbrella called People Power or NUP. People should be willing to have conversations with those people that identify as NRM. We should sell them the idea of the importance of building institutions. And look, I truly appreciate I was seeing what People Power has been doing at the Leadership Institute. Marketed, I think Kamocha, People Power has got a school. You can see what they do. But it should go beyond this. And as a result of that, I think it's given birth to people like this wonderful, wonderful lady, Shamim. She's a firebrand. So people like Shamim should be given an opportunity or should actually avail themselves to do things like Charlie Kirk was doing. She was guild president of Makerere, and she continues. So we should have, now that we have a leadership institute that welcomes all these people, now People Power should capitalize, take advantage of what's going on at university, at college campuses. You know, I was heartbroken seeing folks like Julius Katerega, former guild president of Makerere, running as an independent, defying what the party had decided. So, why am I having a conversation about Charlie Kirk? It is deeply rooted in the fact that if Charlie Kirk could help shape the political direction of a superpower by speaking to young minds, having a conversation, imagine now what we can do in Uganda if we are bold enough to start. Look, when I say all these things, it is very easy to think, oh, it's going to be easy, Mordecai. It's just a mere, just speaking to people. Look, I was watching a conversation, I think it was a video released by Candace Owens, who has been friend to Charlie Kirk, and she was talking about the nasty hotel rooms they slept in when they were invited to speak, the long trips they had to offer, to do, to take. All things they had to, it's very difficult. And surely I'm guilty because I have people who are watching me and saying, hey, Mordecai, you have all these brilliant ideas. Why don't you come back to Uganda? Hey, I'm guilty. I might not be there. I won't be there. But I believe by sharing these ideas, someone might actually start. Within the People Power movement, let's take an advantage, a very, very huge advantage we have. Let's not wait when exuberance and excitement and flamboyancy has really depreciated within us. You know, there's a very, very funny saying. It says, the girl was gorgeous, but the guy was impotent. Let's not be that. We've got the movement. We've got to use that. We've got the momentum. We've got the numbers. Age is on our side. Let's not wait. Let's not goof around or goof off. Let's not do that. Let's find a judicious way on how we can use these numbers. Remember, we've always heard this common saying, man is the architect of his own misfortune. If we fail to organize these people at college campuses, ideologically, strategically, we're going to be blaming ourselves if one of them ends up becoming president and be another Museveni, just a mere change of faces. This is the time to go to those college campuses and speak to them. Is this possible? You let me know. See ya.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.